Goodbye, EB Games. I'm gonna miss you. In the news today, EB Games in Canada is going to be switched over to the GameStop branding, and I have some thoughts on this. So, there's some good and there's some bad to this. Let's get into it. EB Games, for those of you who don't know, has been the Canadian version of GameStop since it was bought by GameStop in 2005 for about $1 billion. Since then, EB Games has expanded to approximately 4,000 stores in Canada. Canada's a small country, so 4,000 stores is quite a lot, and you can find an EB Games in just about every town or neighborhood that's any reasonable size. My small town here has about 25,000 people, and we do have a GameStop in our little mall, or an EB Games, I should say. EB Games has been the destination for new games and gaming merchandise almost my entire life. Around here, EB Games is never had the reputation that GameStop had in the States for being all the problems that are associated with GameStop, whether you hear stories about them being crooks with the trade-in values and so many shady deals going on, selling brand new games opened, and a lot of that stuff did not happen here at EB Games. I actually just recently bought... I'll show you here. I actually just recently picked up my pre-order of Chris Tales. It is completely sealed, as you can see. They don't open games and put stupid little stickers on them here at EB Games. A lot of the things that people complain about, like for example selling used games in generic cases and trying to pass them off for the same price, very rarely happens. Yes, they do have some generic cases. If they are legitimately missing the case, they will sell them in a generic case. But far more often, they've got the original stuff. I just picked up, you can see here, a played copy of The Inner World on Xbox One for $4.49 with my Edge Platinum discount. Now, one of my major concerns with this, and I actually reached out and called my local store this morning to ask a few questions about this trade over, and one of the things that I was concerned about is my Edge Platinum membership, which I had just paid to renew for the year, paid that $20 or so to get that premium account. Now, I'm concerned that when they switch over to GameStop within the next couple of months, that all of those things are going to change, that my account on the EB Games website is going to need to be changed over, that maybe all my pre-orders will go missing. I've got like a dozen pre-orders over the next 6 months or so. So I was worried about all of that stuff, and they did not know all the answers, but they were pretty confident that it was going to be a fairly seamless transition from EB Games to GameStop because they are already owned by GameStop, and a lot of their back-end stuff like inventory management and stuff is already GameStop's proprietary software. So for them, it's mostly about changing that sign over the front door, changing a lot of the signage in the store, maybe a little bit different coloring or, different logos, things like that in the store, but they don't feel like they're going to really be changing that much. I specifically asked them because I was also concerned, would there be any changes in staffing? Would they be hiring new managers or middle managers, regional managers, things like that? Because there are significant differences between an EB Games and a GameStop in terms of how the stores are run. Like I said, they don't do a lot of the shady practices that GameStop in the States does. The stores tend to be cleaner, brighter, fully stocked. They do not look like a lot of GameStops that I visited. I take a run down to Buffalo, New York, because I'm within 3 or 4 hours of Buffalo in my location here in Canada. So I take a run down to Buffalo, New York frequently and go into 2 or 3 different GameStops in there, and I can tell you the GameStops that I go to there, they all look like they're going out of business. They're understocked, they're dirty, the stores have not been renovated in a long time, everything looks just, not as nice. I am used to EB Games being a premium shopping experience with all kinds of merch and really good service. Everything looks nice and new and fresh. I'm concerned about this transition. I'm excited for a few things too. One thing that really stands out to me is GameStop exclusives. This happens quite frequently with things like special editions of games or exclusive Funko Pops or exclusive merchandise where something will be a GameStop exclusive and we don't get it here in Canada because we're not technically GameStop. We will eventually get the item in most cases, but for example, I wanted to order a specific Sonic the Hedgehog Funko Pop that was coming out, and apparently it was a GameStop exclusive for the Sonic 30th anniversary or whatever that's going on this year, and I was told that I couldn't pre-order that here in EB because it was a GameStop exclusive. So, you know what? I'm kind of interested to see the good things moving forward into transitioning into a GameStop, but I am pretty concerned about the difference, the disparity between EB Games and GameStop, because I'm afraid that things are going to go downhill. We know that GameStop likes to shut stores, close stores down in lesser performing areas. I'm concerned that we're going to see a rash of EB Games closing once they transition over to GameStop fully. There had to have been some kind of middleman management system between the two because things were just run differently. So I don't know what's going on up the corporate ladder, but the employees at my store are pretty confident that nothing is going to change for the customers, that everything will transfer over pretty seamlessly, your pre-orders, things of that nature. So what do you guys think about this? Because, I have so many memories with EB Games, and it's going to be kind of sad to see it go, but at the same time, there is a potential now with Ryan Cohen having, kind of taken the reins a little bit, being on the board of directors for EB Games. He seems to want to resurrect GameStop and move it in more of an online direction and really revitalize the GameStop brand. So do you think this is good timing for EB Games to take over the GameStop, be taken over by GameStop, so to speak, as far as the branding is concerned here in Canada? Do you think that's going to raise the level of, people's perception of GameStop, or do you think we're all going to be disappointed by this change? Let me know in the comments, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. There's content like this all the time, and you don't want to miss it. Hit the like button on your way out. It helps me out a ton, helps this video get out there in front of more eyeballs. So thanks so much, guys. See you in the next video. Stay classy.